Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
And welcome back. We're going to show you the remainder of the Veterans Day event, which was held at the VFW post on Homestead Road.
Next, I'd like to introduce you to our Senior Vice Commander, Roy Zimmerman.
If there be glory in war, it is the most incredible spirit which it engenders. Men and women offer their lives, sacrifice all, with magnificent abandon. Heroism becomes contagious, yet too in warfare, greed and brutality are epidemic. Too often, it is these latters which persist in the peace that follows. Let us strive to see that the same spirit of self-sacrifice is cultivated in peace as has been exhibited in war. It behooves us to rear new standards of success, to inspire the youth in peace as youth was inspired in war. Public honor must be given where public honor is due, not to the manipulator of the market, the seeker after profit, power, or position, but rather let us honor the heroes of science who alleviate human suffering and carry to greater heights the standards of civilization. Let us honor those in public service who do not seek how much they may secure from the nation, but how much they can give. Let us honor those who devote their lives to that education which will lead our children on to live and laugh and love as we have dreamed of doing. Let us honor those men who carry into ordinary affairs of life a noble idealism and a sincere capacity for self-devotion. Let us translate the devotion of war into a devotion of peace. Let us will to live as well as die for our country. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce you to our Junior Vice Commander, Ed Morrissey.
Morning, y'all. Courage is one of the virtues born of war. If the courage of individuals in the face of danger and courage of nations to protect the weak and punish the aggressor, there is bravery to be shown in peace as well. We may recapture the courage which turned the wilderness into cities that bound men together under the government. We turned slums into comfortable homes, rebuild our cities, turn uncertainty into certainty. We can reach new heights of civilization and opportunity for the men and women of this nation. If we have the courage to expect and work for a better way of life, there can be a romance in this challenge, also the bravery that fights for political, social, economical, and spiritual gains may be difficult to practice, may be unsung when achieved, but it is all the more worth striving for. We face a different breed of enemy today. Terrorism, enemies with weapons of mass destruction. We cannot let fear prevail. We must and will survive. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce you to the American Legion Commander, Herb Anderson.
American Legion meets here once a month. We're happy to call this our home as well as the VFW's home. We want to welcome and thank every one of you for being here today. War has taught us a lesson of obedience to command. The game is more important than the prayer, and the ship is more than just a crew. There is a greater discipline we must now pursue if we are to preserve the virtues of obedience in our quest for an honorable world peace. This is obedience to the law we ourselves make. The voluntary discipline of citizenship under the system of government, we may change the laws by majority rule. We may persuade our neighbors to new theories or new courses. We may advocate in free elections the choice of men and women or plans. As good citizens, we follow the choice of majority, whether that choice be his or not. This is the virtue of discipline that must be ours in peace. This is a lesson we must learn at home, in school, on the playing fields, in organizations in the community, the party, and the nation. It is a lesson of voluntary obedience to the decisions of the majority. We must not be unmindful either of the conclusions of other people with whom we have joined in the quest of an honorable peace. This is the higher order of discipline. In time of peace, we use the embodying virtues of war and put behind us its ugliness and suffering. In peace we shall go forward together to scale new heights and achieve in the unity of purpose, in sacrifice for a good common cause, in tolerance for those of different faiths and creeds, in bravery to fight for social and economic gains, and in the discipline of good citizenship. We shall move forward in the sight of God as a nation in a peaceful world. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Jose, would you like to say anything for the Marine Corps League? No? Bruce, DAV?
On behalf of the DAV and all of the veterans today, I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you for your service, and just again thank you for your service.
All right, next I'd like to introduce you to Martha. Hey, she's our lady veteran today. She'd like to describe some of her experiences. Come on up.
Well, let me tell you, the Air Force that I was in during the Vietnam era and the Air Force we have today, very, very different. I happened to be one of the first women on the flight line as an air operations specialist dispatching aircraft. During Vietnam, I was stationed at Yokota Air Force Base and handled 200 arrivals and departures a day into Vietnam. So it was a much honor for me to be able to serve, because when I graduated from high school in 1964, women did not, in my class, ever go into the service. So it was very, very unique. Recently, I went to a 49th year reunion of my class, and I think I'm the only one who was in the military. So I was very proud to represent the United States Air Force, and I'm also extremely proud to be a member of the VFW. Thank you all.
and sacrifice for the common good, intolerance for those of different faiths and creeds, and bravery to fight for social and economic gains. And in the discipline of good citizenship, we shall move forward in the sight of God as a strong nation in a peaceful world. Thank you all for your attention, and we'll now have the taps, and that'll be the closing of the ceremony. Please rise, face the flag.
Thank you for tuning in to KPVM TV for your Veterans Day event. We'll be showing the Women's Recognition Veterans Day event in its entirety later on this week. Of course, stay tuned to News 46 on tomorrow night's broadcast to find out the date and time of that. This is Deanna O'Donnell wishing all the veterans out there a wonderful Veterans Day, and thank you so much for your service. Good night.